All right, I want to show you how to cut out and install a panel that you want to install rocker switches. And most of the rocker switches are all the same size. For instance, this one it's 1.5 inches by 0.823 inches wide. And you cut the hole out for the switch at 1.45 by 0.823. And that's about a 7/8 of an inch width. And the length is about almost a 1/2 inch, 1.5 inch. All right. Now the way you figure it out is when you want to install more than one switch, you want to put them in even positions. And depending on the number of switches, this plan will work for everything you do. All right, the way you do that is, first thing you do is you want to make sure that you put an outer dimension around the outside of your panel. You don't want to put the switch right at the edge of the panel. So the first thing you do is mark off an edge distance, which would be, I usually do about 1/2 inch on each end and on the front and back. So on this one I put a little bit more on front and back. Now, first thing you want to do is you want to measure the width of your switch and how many switches you have. I have 5 switches that I want to install on this panel, okay? So what I did is I took the dimension 0.823, which is about 7/8 of an inch, and I divided it by 2, which is 0.411. The first thing you do on your panel is you measure over from your outer edge, like my edge distance is right here, and I measured over 0.411 inches. Then I do that on the opposite end. I measure over 0.411 inches. Then I take a ruler and I measure between those two distances. The first mark, I measure, and it ends up being 7.85 inches. You divide that by 4. Because I have 5 switches, you want to divide it by 4. All right, so that comes out to an average, you divide it by 4, and that comes out to 1.96 inches. So then you go from your first center mark, which is 4.411 inches from the edge, you go over 1.96 inches and you make a mark. That'll be your second switch. Then you do the same thing for all 5 switches. They should all come out evenly between those 2 switches. Okay, that's it.